Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is said to introduce many different pieces of Jedi and Sith lore in this story that will be used in a way in order to evolve the characters of Kylo Ren and Rey in Episode 9 by director J.J. Abrams. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. And I think that one element of Episode 9 that a lot of people are really looking forward to is, of course, exactly how J.J. Abrams is going to utilize the character of Darth Vader looming in the background. In case you guys did not know, J.J. Abrams is bringing back that element of a Star Wars movie where you have Darth Vader looming in the background, basically being a figurative type of ghost in the background hovering over our characters, similar to how they handled it in The Force Awakens with the Darth Vader melted helmet and all those different references, etc. And now they're taking it to the next level by doing this a whole lot more than they did with The Force Awakens. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting for Episode 9. Now, specifically, a description of Kylo Ren and his Knights of Ren on board of his new shuttle, where all 6 knights are kneeling down to Kylo Ren, where Kylo is described to be holding one of Darth Vader's relics that contains a vital secret to Vader's past and what he had planned to do decades ago. It's described that Kylo is holding the Mask of Lord Momin in his hands, where the mask appears to be damaged while the eyes are glowing red. Now, it's described that the helmet reveals that Vader was on a path to not only resurrecting Padme, but to also had a plan in place to use the secret powers within the Mask of Momin to defeat and kill Emperor Palpatine to take over the galaxy for himself. Darth Vader had set out to resurrect Padme, however, was not successful, and that Vader also wanted to use the power of the mask to discover new abilities to take down Darth Sidious. It's described that the Mask of Momin and Vader's plan to resurrect Padme will be used to tease the part of Palpatine's story in the film and how he's going to return in Episode 9. So, obviously, this is a very big callback to, of course, the comics. In case you guys did not read the comics, there was a story there where Darth Vader was trying to resurrect Padme, and that seems like it's going to be somewhat told in The Rise of Skywalker through the Mask of Momin. And let's go over the Mask of Momin. This was an ancient Sith Lord that was basically able to resurrect himself to a certain extent and go up against Darth Vader. It was a very interesting read. I really do suggest that you guys go ahead and check out that final issue of course, the Darth Vader comic series that was released throughout the year of 2018. Now, with that being said, it really does make one wonder exactly how in the world did Kylo Ren get his hands on the Mask of Momin? Exactly how did he find this thing? Well, we do know that from what we went over a couple of months ago that the Knights of Ren discovered this in Darth Vader's vault. Now, Darth Vader's vault, very much like Emperor Palpatine, had a lot of them stored across the entire galaxy. Darth Vader at least had one vault somewhere in the Outer Rim that the Knights of Ren traveled to and collect a lot of relics of Vader, as well as, they stole a lot of Vader relics from the Acolytes of the Beyond, which is exactly how one of the Dark Acolytes are going to be introduced in Episode 9, which is going to be a very interesting take on a Star Wars movie. So, you can only imagine what Kylo Ren wants to do with the Mask of Momin, and that this relic is actually going to be used in a sense in order to tease, in order to create some form of foreshadowing of exactly how Palpatine is going to return in Episode 9. After all, we do know that Palpatine is going to be a big presence in the second and third act of this movie, especially in the third act of The Rise of Skywalker. So I want to go over how Darth Vader planned to take over Darth Sidious. He planned to kill Darth Sidious by learning new abilities through the Mask of Momin. Now, the Mask of Momin is, like I say, an ancient relic that contains many different secrets of the dark side, and it seems as so that Darth Vader, not only wanted to take down Palpatine, but now Kylo Ren wants to learn these new powers from the Mask of Momin in order to become more powerful, if you will, and learn more abilities, and to become, I guess you could say, a dark side user that is more in tune with the dark side of the Force. So, with that being said, you can really see that J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio are really doing their homework when it comes to really, digging deep into the Star Wars canon material, as well as Legends, and combining all of those different elements of the Star Wars franchise into one big movie in order to satisfy all these different Star Wars fans that are really, pretty much invested on different mediums of the Star Wars franchise. Whether you're into books, novels, comics, the animated TV series, the movies, whatever have you, this movie really seems like it's going to cater to a majority of fans. And whether or not that's a good or a bad thing, that all depends on how this movie is going to be executed by JJ. It's all a matter of exactly how he wants to handle this movie. So the final thing that I do want to go over is the Mask of Momin is in fact going to be one of the ancient Sith relics that's going to be used by Kylo Ren in order to make himself evolve as a character. Now, will Kylo Ren learn more powers out of the Mask of Momin? That's a big mystery for sure. But learning about Darth Vader's big plan, that to me I think is going to be one of the more exciting ways of telling Vader's backstory in Episode 9 between the events of the originals and the sequels. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon.